So Quillbot is an AI writing assistant that can help you, whether you're a student or a professional, to write professional content, rewrite it, edit it, and even change the tone of your voice. You can paraphrase different kind of content and write complete book within minutes by just paraphrasing the content of it. It goes beyond that, in that Quillbot can give you the opportunity to check plagiarism, because many people are aware that the main feature it has is in paraphrasing, but it goes beyond paraphrasing. It can give you grammar check, it can do plagiarism check for you, it can do co-writing, which is one of the key features of it that I like. You can write with you correctly, you can do research, and from your bunch of research, you'll be able to highlight content and generate and add it to your text, okay, and then do some basic editing within Quillbot. Is an all-in-one tool that comprises many things in terms of writing content. You can check out the summarizer, you can check out citation generator within just links or titles of pages or websites. You could be able to generate citations of different types, different style, depending on the formats that your school adopts. You can all use it, and you have the option to use the translator feature as well. The translator enables you to translate any kind of text to any language of your choice. We'll take a look at how to use some of these basic features. In addition, lastly, we're going to look at how to incorporate an extension of Quillbot in Google Chrome and how we can export our document in Microsoft Word for further editing outside of Quillbot within your PC. So without taking much of our time, let's get started with the most basic theory on how to use Quillbot to enhance your writing skills. But before we go deep, let's take a look at the premium plan. For the basic plan, you can do quite a lot of things. As far as I can tell you that the benefits you have is so much that you will enjoy using Quillbot at any given point. But if you subscribe, you have more other benefits, as you can see listed over here. For example, the wordings in the paraphraser is limited to 125 at a time, but then when you are on the premium version, you have more than that, okay, which is unlimited amount of words. Well, these are some of key things, but I think if you could go with the little and go as far as 125 words at a time, you will be able to paraphrase any of your content and professionally done fantastically. You have the access to most of the key features even with the free plan. So go ahead and give it a try if you're a content creator, or if you're a writer, academic student, or non-academics, business personnel. You can just give it a try, and when you like it, you can go ahead and upgrade or subscribe to the premium version, which I can show you from here that it comes with lots and lots of benefits. So to start with, in Quillbot, all you need is to come to your Google search and just search for Quillbot. Just like so. You brought in here online paraphrasing tool, AI paraphrasing tool. You can just select the first one, or you could just go ahead and go to quillbot.com to have first-hand access. Okay, so once you come here, you can see Quillbot for Chrome. You can add the extension if you want. Later I will show you how to add the extension. And then you can come down and see you can use Quillbot extension on all of these very basic platforms, from Gmail to LinkedIn to Facebook to Notion and even Discord. You can use Quillbot in all of these features, and it's going to help you to enhance your write-up. Okay, so to start with, you can just come to the top right over here and just click on login. And you have the option to log in with your Google account. If you have a Google account, you can go ahead and log in with it. If you don't have, you can use Facebook account to log in with it. Or if you have an email and password, you can just go ahead and say, I don't have an account. You can just go ahead and create an account. It's very easy to create, and you can easily have access to it and go ahead and use it. Okay, so you have the email, the password, and then your name, and you can just go ahead and click on this to just have access to start using it. So let's say I have created mine, and let's just jump into Quillbot and see what we can do with this very interesting feature. Okay, so once you are logged in, you will be welcomed to this very platform, which is the first one at the top here, the paraphraser. You can choose the language in which you want to paraphrase. Usually it's English and German, but we can go with English. And the modes, you can see the range of modes from here across, from standard to fluency down to shorten. You can select and change the mode accordingly. Now all you need is to paraphrase the text. Simply copy and paste the text from anywhere. So assuming I have this text and I need to paraphrase it, you can see the word count is just 43. All I need is just to press paraphrase, and it's going to paraphrase it just like so. So you can see very fast it has paraphrased. And one thing you should do, take a look at the paraphrasing. This is the original one. Know your stuff. Never just click from PowerPoint slide to PowerPoint slide and only just read what's there. So look at the paraphrased one. Be knowledgeable, okay? Know your stuff. Never simply read what's on the slide in a PowerPoint presentation by clicking from slide to slide. And that is a very fantastic paraphrasing. You can see the paraphrased material is colored, okay, which means there's an equivalent synonym. Once you click on it, you can see an equivalent synonym that you can replace easily with what is in existence. So become knowledgeable could be become educated, okay? You can see become educated, or you can still click become informed or become smart, depending on the context you're working on, okay? So never simply read what's on a slide. So you can click on read, and you can see just read, or simply just read, or just review, something like that. You can click and replace any kind of phrase or any kind of word or any connecting word that you find very easily, okay? So this is how to basically use it. You can rephrase also. If you select any phrase, you can decide to rephrase. You can see you can rephrase, or you can undo a given task, okay? And you can copy a sentence, okay? You can copy a sentence. You can report a sentence if you are not certain with the paraphrasing. And you can copy directly and paste it somewhere, or you can come down here and read it aloud. You can also check out the statistics, and you can download this on its own directly to your PC, or you can copy the paraphrased version and take it to wherever you have. For example, in your Word document, you can just easily bring it here and just paste it, and you have your paraphrased document very easily accessible. Or you can even work on Google Docs. You can copy and paste. So these are, and you can generate multiple of responses, multiple paraphrasing. You can navigate across the sentences by just coming over here. You can see this is the first sentence. You can move to the second sentence. You can move to the third sentence, and you can see the equivalent on this axis, okay? From the left to the right, you can see the equivalent and the paraphrased version. At any given point, if you want to delete a given paraphrasing, you can come over here and delete the text very easily and rephrase it if you want. And if you want to regenerate also, you can still regenerate, and it's going to give you a different paraphrase. Okay, you can see it has regenerated everything. So it's very cool to use the paraphraser to paraphrase any document or any wording of your choice. Let's try one more time, one more text, and then we'll move forward. So you could delete everything. And another way you can do it is you can upload a document. If you have a document that contains text that you want to paraphrase, you can come down here and click on upload document, and you can navigate to wherever you have it within your system. For example, in my own case, I have it saved in this tutorial Quillbot text one. You just select it and click on open. It's a Word document, and you can see it picked in only the text portion of it. And once I click, one click is going to paraphrase it for me very nicely and very fast. You can see in 5 sentences and 97 words, you can move from sentence to sentence, okay? Sentence to sentence very nicely. And you can easily reread or rephrase if you want, but the paraphrasing is fantastically done. So you just have to find an application to it. You can go ahead and keep paraphrasing. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to show you how you can paraphrase a complete book on your own to be able to use it maybe on Amazon KDP or similar websites to even sell it on your own using this very chatbot, which is the Quillbot. So we're going to be on the paraphraser. But the first thing is I'm going to show you how I get my books, how I download them from PLR websites. So all we need to do is to go to a PLR website where we can download freely available books. Okay, so we can come to freeplrdownloads.com. This is the website where you have access to all the books that you want, depending on the niche that you are targeting. You can see different kind of niche over here. Depending on what niche are you targeting, you can have them over here. So all the books you see here are free to use, to even amend or to reshare or to sell on different platforms. They are copyright free and nobody is going to come after you. They have 3 different kind of PLR and MRR products. Okay, so you can come here and select any book. In my own case, I'm going to select this book, How to Succeed in Affiliate Marketing. I like this book, so we're going to download it and we're going to try to see how we can paraphrase it into a completely different book without you even knowing. Even with the plagiarism checker, you will not be able to detect that this is this book. Everything can be paraphrased. And download this book. Let's click on it to download. You can come down here and download it. I've just downloaded mine, so let's try to open it. Usually when you open it, it's going to be a zipped file, so I've opened mine over here. Look at it, and we can double click over here to see it. And this is the book in PDF format, so you can just go ahead and double click to open it, and you can see it over here, How to Succeed in Affiliate Marketing. If you like, the first thing you may want to do is to convert it into a Word document, and then you can go ahead and edit it accordingly. But in my own case, I don't want to convert it, so I can just go ahead. You can change even the disclaimer if you want, but I don't want to do that. I already have my disclaimer and the table of contents. This is the introduction. So all you need is just to start by copying the content. For example, I've copied this first paragraph, a copy. Then I can come back to my Quillbot over here, come to paraphrase, make sure I'm on the paraphraser option. You can see it over here, and then you can just paste in the one paragraph that I've just copied. Now I just go ahead and click on paraphrase, and it's going to paraphrase everything to me. So you can see everything. So let's try to read and see how powerful this paraphraser is before we move on to the next one. Affiliate marketing is one of the most effective ways for anyone to earn money online. This is a quick and passive method to earn cash that is highly scalable and that is easy to set up. So this is the first 2 paragraphs. Sentences. Let's read here and see whether it has actually changed everything. One of the best methods to make money online is through affiliate marketing. This is fast. This is a fast, passive, and highly scalable and simple to set up way to make money. You can see it has completely successfully changed it, and you can see the paraphrasing is done professional. So if you have the premium version, you can go ahead and check out the paraphrasing using the other formats like Fluency, Formal, Simple, Creative, Expand, and Shorten. But for now, I think for this tutorial, I think the free version is very good enough. You can do all of your paraphrasings and you have everything to standard. I like the standard version. So you can see no technical skill is required, and if you choose the right products and connect with the right market, you can stand to make hundreds of even thousands of dollars in a short space of time. So you can see you don't need any technical knowledge. You can see how it has been completely paraphrased. And if you pick the correct products and target the market and target the proper market, you might quickly earn hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You can see the paraphrasing actually is done very, very professional. So all I need to do is, if you want, you can come over here, and if you want, you can change the some of the words, and because as you hover over any of them, you click on any, you could be able to see synonyms of that particular word, and you can be able to select accordingly to replace and to make complete meaning to the sentence. But I think at this point, I just like it like this, so I can just go ahead and click on copy. I just copied. So what I need to do now is so I can come to my Google Docs. I usually do all of my editings in Google Docs, so I can come to docs.google.com and I can create a blank sheet. Just rename it. I'm going to name it Affiliate Marketing Book. So you can come over here and just paste. So let's say this is the introduction. So I can paste the first paragraph, and everything here is paraphrased, and you cannot see it anywhere. If you can run the plagiarism checker also, you can see it's plagiarism free. So all you need is to go to the next paragraph. You can see how fast it is. You can just copy this. Yeah, so you can just highlight and copy the next paragraph. You can just come all the way back to your Quillbot and select everything, paste it, and paraphrase. As you move on, you are gradually going to trust it. Okay, so once you copy, you can just come back to your doc file and just paste it. So this is the next paragraph. You can see, however, let's take a brief setback. Okay, first let's define affiliate marketing. So you can see it's part of the introductory part. You can just come back, so you can just go ahead. First, what precisely is affiliate marketing? So you can see the transition. So you can see now, you can go ahead. If you want, you can take into paragraphs, but for effective usage, I prefer to go paragraph by paragraph. So you can come back to Killbot, select everything, paste, and say paraphrase, and it's going to give you exactly what you are looking out for. Okay, so you can see this is it. And go ahead and copy, come back here, and you just paste it. You can just separate because these are two paragraphs. So you can go ahead and do the same thing and keep doing the same thing to edit most of the components of the book. You can just go ahead, copy this, or let's say we copy the entire file, the entire 2 paragraphs. Okay, so to make it faster, so you can just copy back to your Killbot, select everything and paste. Just separate that these are 2 paragraphs. So you can just paraphrase, and it's going to give you the results in 2 paragraphs. See, just like so. You can just go ahead and copy, because over time you begin to trust it. You can read if you want, you can reread and see how you can correct it. But I have done that for a number of books, like 2 or 3 that I've written. But then at some point I realized that my corrections are so minimal and I tend to trust the bot. So I'm just using it directly. So you can see everything is now intact. So let's see, up to maybe we can finish one complete section. So we can go, now we have finished this one. Okay, so now we have finished the introduction, and you can see we've just done the introductory part. So next is we can look at chapter 1, which is why affiliate marketing is the best way to make money for beginners. So let's copy this chapter, and we can paraphrase this chapter as well. You can just come back to your chatbot, go over to chatbot, select everything. I want to paraphrase this, and you can say paraphrase. You can see, just paraphrase this chapter 1, the best way to make money for beginners, why affiliate marketing is the best option. Okay, so you can just go ahead and copy, or if you don't want this, you can say rephrase. Okay, you can rephrase also if you want. Okay, why affiliate marketing is the best way to earn money for beginners, chapter 1. But I don't like it like this. Let me rephrase again. Chapter 1, the best way to earn money for beginners, affiliate marketing. Yes, I think I prefer this one. So you can copy, come back here, and just make sure that it is chapter 1. So you can just highlight this and probably bold it. Okay, so you can bold it, and then you can go down and go to the next. Okay, come back to the next chapter to continue to copy the content. So you can go ahead and copy this one. Okay, up to here you can copy, and then you can come back to Killbot, select everything, paste, and then make sure you just separate them. All right, and say paraphrase, and I think I'm okay with this. Once it has paraphrased, you can just go ahead and copy, come back to your affiliate marketing doc file, you can just paste it, and then you can go back to the same PDF document and copy the remaining ones. Copy this one. So this is a continuation. So you come back to Killbot, select everything, paste, but we need to copy more. So this is the complete paragraph, and let me add one more paragraph. Let me add one more paragraph to this. Okay, so I just copy and then go back here, and then you can paste. So let's separate this to make it 2 paragraphs. You can fix the errors if you want, but then I think it's, for now, you don't need to bother much about the errors. So we'll do that at the end of it all, so you can check the grammar and everything. If you want, you can check the grammar even at this point. You can check the grammar and correct everything if you want, but I don't do that at this moment. So you can just copy, come back to your affiliate marketing book, you can just paste it, You can see you have now pasted everything. So this is how you continue to do for most of the parts. Okay, so you can just go ahead. Let's say we copy the whole of this one also, and then you can come back in the same way. You can just select, separate, and paraphrase, and you can see everything is now coming to shape. Okay, you just copy, and then you can come back here and you can paste it. So usually after completing everything, you have to sit down and read everything and see how you can try on your own to put in some human touch, so it doesn't fully look like a robot. You just put in some human touch and put some connectors and maybe add 1 or 2 paragraphs on your own to make it look different. Yeah, completely different. Okay, so you can do that on your own, but the main idea behind the chatbot is for you to be able to shorten the timing you take to write the complete book. And just go ahead and continue to do that, and just copy this one. Yeah, copy it and then back to your chatbot, paste it. Let's copy the remaining part to make it a complete sentence. Yeah, to make it a complete paragraph, you just paste this and then paraphrase, and everything is done. You can just go ahead and paste it. So you can come back, and this is a subheading, so you can just go ahead, copy the subheading, maybe 2 paragraphs more. All right, and then go back to the Killbot, copy everything and paste. Just show that this is a subheading, and then this is a paragraph, and then paraphrase, and you can see it has done the paraphrasing nicely. All right, so just copy and come back here, paste, and we can bold this. Later I'll put the rest of the formatting, but then just to show you that this is how you're going to continue to copy, paste, and then later you can sit on your own, reread everything to make sure you get it to the standard. So you can just go ahead and do the same thing here. You just copy up to here, and you can come back to the Killbot, paste, just make sure you separate. Okay, paraphrase, you copy, and then back here and paste. So this is how it's going to be. This is how you're going to keep on doing it until you reach chapter 2, and then you can go on and on and on and on until you paraphrase everything. Then you can sit down and edit accordingly. So you can just go ahead and sit down and reread everything from scratch, and then you can put the preliminary pages and the conclusion pages and so on, and then reread and see how you can put in some touch, maybe add 1 or 2 paragraphs like I've explained earlier, to see what difference you can bring. So basically this is how to write a complete book. Once you're done, you can just go ahead and save it out in PDF. If you want, you can just export as a PDF. You can download it in different formats, but I prefer to download in PDF. So you can even add images, and to make it more different, to make it more lively, you can go to other copyright free websites to download some images that you can add to make complete meaning in the book and to put in some more life to it. Okay, from Paraphraser to Grammar Checker. Once you click on Grammar Checker, you have the option to just paste text that you want to check the grammar and spelling mistakes from. Okay, so you can see the languages that you can check. Okay, you can paste any text in these languages. So assuming I have this text, there are a range of errors over here, and once I paste the text, you can see it is analyzed it, okay, and it has found out that it has 6 errors directly, 6 grammatical errors. For example, know your stuffs is a mistake because you don't have stuffs as a plural, only stuff. And then you can see just over here, only read what's there. Just is just an addition or repetition, and it quickly detected it. And you can see stuff and adds. This also is a mistake. There should be a comma around, and then informations is also a mistake. It's supposed to be information. So you can see I've intentionally put this full stop over here, and it quickly detects it. So this is the work of an AI. It quickly detects that this is how much mistake that is available in this very text. And I did all this intentional. So you have the option to select and play around with the different features over here, different text editing features like bolding, italicizing, underlining, and all these arrange alignments. Okay, align left, right, and center. You can do all sorts of adjustment from here. So you have the option to either manually readjust and correct the errors, or you can come down here and say fix all errors, and it's going to fix all the errors at a time. So once you click on fix all the errors, and you can see it has just fixed all of them in one click, and everything is now correct. So you can see 0 errors, 42 words. You can go ahead and paraphrase also from here if you have that option. You can download this text to your document if you want, or you can copy directly and go to any place that you're working on, and you can just paste it directly. For example, you can come to your Google Docs and you can just paste it directly over here. You can see the text that you've just copied from your Killboard. So I found this exceptionally interesting and helpful, especially when you are writing your journal paper, your conference paper, or you're writing an ebook for publication. You can easily copy component by component and submit it here and paste it here and correct all the errors. And then you can copy the corrected version back to any kind of Word document that you're working on. So basically, the grammar checker can do quite a lot of things for you. Take a look at some of the, can simplify your writing flow, your writing workflow, and then correct your grammar directly. Look at some sample correct spelling corrections, and you can correct your punctuations as well. You can correct tons of grammatical errors for you within just a simple click. Okay, so you can do quite a lot of things with it. So take a look at these simple examples that you can see. These are wrong sentences and these are corrected sentences that you can easily apply to your own message. But regardless, whenever you copy your text, complete and paste it, it's going to quickly highlight the errors and it's going to give you the option to correct it. So let's take a look at one more example on how to use the grammar checker. So let's take a look at this this simple text that is written, that I copied from somewhere. There's some basic correction grammar errors that we can easily take a look and correct on our own. John is going to the store to buy their groceries. Okay, there are some grammar errors over here because he's taking his car because it's faster than. Okay, so you can see the corrections, the mistakes everywhere. So with just a simple click, you can see by just pasting it, and the bot is able to recognize that there are 10 errors, and it gave us the word count 129 words, and it quickly depict that there are 10 errors. You can see them highlighted. On your own, you can go ahead and say fixed all, or you can follow them one by one again to just fix all of them. So you can come to John's, you can click and see the suggestions. John is going to the store, so you can see this is the suggestion, this is the corrected one. You can click on your own and you have it corrected. You can see the word count already decreased. Or on your own, within just one click, you can come over here and say fixed all errors, and it's going to fix all the errors with the corrected suggestions in one click. So you have the option now to go ahead and copy, and then go ahead to wherever you have it, you can paste and continue with your work. So that's basically how to use the grammar checker to check in some of your grammatical errors and mistakes and easily correct them automatically or manually. Let me show you how I do check the grammar, spelling, and punctuation on everything on my paper. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you a sample paper that I've written long time ago. Let me show you how we are going to correct some of its spellings and grammatical errors and punctuations, everything using Quillbot as an example. Okay, so this is the paper I've written, and what I usually do is sometimes I could just put them side by side. I put this on the side and then put the paper on another side. So what I do is I just quickly select a section of the paper. For example, I copy the complete abstract. Okay, so you just copy and then come back to the Quillbot. But in this case, I usually go to the grammar checker, which is directly general. Okay, it's going to check everything for you, from the punctuation to spelling mistakes to grammatical errors and everything. So I can just paste in the abstract and just give you some seconds, and already detect that these are how much words we have and this is how much errors there are. And you can just go ahead and review if you want to review, and if you're okay, you trust it, you can just go ahead and say okay. So you can see this is just the highlighting, it's going to give you all the errors that you are basically you are going to have. So basically you can just follow them individual and just correct, because sometimes you may not like the correction and you may need to reread the content to be able to see whether it's giving you the right impression or not. So I usually advise people to go manually, to just at least try it to some extent to see how deep you could trust it. So for example, you can see this is correct, this is correct as well, this is correct. So you can just check, okay, after nearly 2 decades, this is correct, and this is correct as well, and this is correct. So I think, to me, this one I can ignore. If you don't want, you can dismiss it. Okay, you can ignore, and you can see this one is correct. Or if you want, with just one click, and it's going to fix everything for you. Okay, once you're okay with everything. So this clogging is also correct, but you just need punctuation. You didn't punctuate it correctly. Okay, so it has fixed all the errors for you. Hydronets, this you can dismiss. All I need is, once I am certain with what I have, I can just go ahead and say copy, and you can come back here. I can just highlight and just replace the text with what I have. Okay, so I can just go ahead and paste it, and then later on I can do the formatting on my own if I want, according to the paper style. So, but this is how I do. So I can usually go paragraph by paragraph to just pick in and see the general grammar error and the spelling mistakes. I can just copy, come back here, paste it, and just wait for it for some seconds to easily detect the errors. You can see these are errors resulting in water pollution, or receiving is not a good one. You can see, you can just individually follow up, but to my own surprise, it does a very good job. So once I paste in, I can just go ahead and say fixed all the errors, and it fixed all the errors. I can just copy, I can just right click and copy, or I can just come down here and copy, and then I can come down here and paste it one more time. Okay, or I can paste directly. So later on I will do the editing in terms of the formatting and all that. So you can just copy again the next paragraph and come down here, paste everything, select Ctrl A, and just paste it, and just give it some seconds, and you can see it has highlighted all the errors. So you can go ahead and correct all the errors, and everything is now intact. You can just copy, you can just come down here and copy, and you can come down and just paste. Okay, I replace that text. So later you just do the formatting again, the last one. So you can just go ahead and do all of that, and it's going to ensure that the proofreading and all that has to do errors that has to do with grammar, spelling, punctuation, and all that is going to be taken care of. So your English will now be corrected. You don't have to outsource it to some experts. Do this Killbot, you'll be able to do all the check-ins on your own, because there are some things that of course you are not going to see, even your friends are not going to see when they try to proofread for you. But with this Killbot, it's automatically going to detect all of your errors, and it's going to fix it. You can see with just one click it has fixed all the errors, and all you need is copy, and then you're back here and paste it. So you can see how fast and fantastic this is doing, how much of a good work it is doing. So later on, like I said, you can deal with the formatting and all that. So you can just copy and paste, and you can just give it some seconds. You can see it has highlighted all the errors. You can just come over and you can do them. You can just correct also with one click, and everything is now corrected. So you can copy back here and just paste. So basically this is how you can be able to follow along and try to edit all of your content in terms of grammar, and you'll have all the grammatical mistakes corrected with this Killbot. It's very effective and easy way of correcting and making your work look professional and nice. So I hope you can do that across all the paper. Okay, you can just go ahead, keep scrolling, keep copying, keep pasting, and keep fixing the errors and just putting it back. By the end of the paper, when you finish correcting the paper, you will realize that you have virtually zero or minimal error when it comes to the grammatical usage or of the English language in your paper. For you to use the plagiarism checker, you have to upgrade to a given premium version, okay, of the Killbot. If you have a premium version, then you could be able to use the Killbot's plagiarism checker to scan your document for unintentional plagiarisms across billions of articles or sources that we have. Okay, so once you subscribe to any of the plans, you'll be able to do that by just submitting the document and it's going to analyze and give you any kind of plagiarism and their sources. Take a look at this example, and you can see it's going to be real-time report and analysis. It's going to give you exactly the sources and what you've copied, or where you copied those content from. So this is for plagiarism checker. You have to upgrade to have access to it, and it's very easy to use. Next, we have the co-writer. Now, the co-writer is a feature that I always like, especially for researchers, scientists, or professionals. If you want to write an essay or a blog post or any kind of journal paper, you can do it effectively and more accurately, even in a very easy format, using this co-writer. So you can start from, you can see available documents that you've worked on. You can find them over here, and you can create a folder, a given folder, where you can save all your write-ups on. Maybe you can have your introduction in the same folder, your main content in the same folder, and you can have references in a separate folder, but all of them are in a separate file, all of them located in the same folder. You can create a folder for a given project. For example, you can say create a folder, and you can say journal paper writing, and you can just go ahead and say under this folder, you can now open and you can create a project from here, or you can use from templates, or you can upload any document that you are working on, maybe on your Microsoft Word. You have worked on a particular document and you want to bring it up here to continue working on it, to continue your research over here. You can bring it easily, and you can have the option to select what kind of content you are writing. Is it a blog post, is it an essay, or is it a research paper like I've had highlighted? So this is very easy when you can just go ahead and select. So assuming we are going for an essay, and you can see over here, let's say we are going with a blank project. So once you click on blank project, you'll be brought into this, and you have a series of options, especially the editing features, the text editing features. You could do all sort of things from here, from mathematics to font sizes, different kind of font sizes, to paragraphing, different kind of paragraphs. You could bold, italize, underline, and all these coloration features and adjustment. Okay, you can adjust left, right, center. You could see the bullet points. You can play around with basically all the word features that are available. You can find them over here as well. You can import images from sources, from your computer, from links. You can easily add and bring in links. You can have equations, multiple equations and objects. You could link website or URLs directly, and you could write different kind of text and download things or export in different formats. But the first thing I usually advise people to do is to create a project name. For example, I can say I can call this flood mitigation. Now, the most interesting part of it is you can come to the research over here to the right. Okay, so once you click on research, you're going to have this search bar. Okay, search tab over here, search bar. You can search anything. Okay, for example, I can say flood mitigation. I want to search something on flood mitigation, and you could make it industrial, or you can make it non-academic, or if you want it to be academic, solemnly academic, you can make it academic by just enabling this feature. Okay, but at this point, I don't want it to be academic. I just want it to be a normal search, and I can just click on enter. And you can see within Quillbot, it brought in these kind of web results. You can see different kind of results. You can just read flood mitigation assistance grant program, flood mitigation in general, flood mitigation. You can see multiple searches that at any given point, if you want to see or you want to get content, you can just go ahead and say get content, and you could see that this is the definition of flood mitigation. Okay, hazard mitigation thereabout. You can go ahead and click on this to view the full article if you want to view the full article, and you can see the entire article over here. Okay, you can check out helpful resources, and you can see this is the entire article. And if you want to see highlights, which is usually my area, you can click over here and you'll be able to see the articles arranged in highlights. Okay, you can see hazard mitigation. You can click, you can see hazard mitigation. You click, you can see structural mitigation. You can see non-structural mitigation. You can see how they are being arranged individually. Now in Quillbot, if you want to add this text or content to your text, all you need is to specify the area where you want it to be added. You come over here. Once you select and highlight a text, you have the option to insert it in the text directly, or you have the option to paraphrase. If you want to paraphrase this section that you've just highlighted, or you have the option to summarize the text. Okay, so assuming I want to add this entire text, you can see I just added it with just one click, and everything is now added. You can see all the things that I've just highlighted have been added to my document. And one good side of this Quillbot or the co-writer is that it puts in the citation over here, and you can see the bibliography references. You can see it has put in the references down here, and it will put all the references that you're working on. It will cite it, and then it will put it in the bibliography or reference list. Okay, so you can just check around. This is the full article. These are the highlights. You can check out the keywords. If you want to check out the keywords, you can see keywords, and you can go ahead and make some searches around them. You can see full article. You can just select any section of it, and you can add it directly into your document, or you can select any section. Okay, you can select all this section and say paraphrase, or and say summarize, or you can say summarize this, and it's going to summarize it directly for you. You can indicate the length, summary length, whether to make it short or to make it longer. You can vary those options from here, and you can see right now it's been summarized. Everything that we've highlighted have been summarized into this much words. So you just select, as you select, you can just say insert, and it's going to insert it into your document just like so. And you can see it has added the references directly. Okay, so you can close here, and you can come down to the same research. You can see the next thing is, if you could search everything over here, you can go ahead and check out the notes. Here in notes, you can put in your own personal notes that you can always refer to, aid you in writing this paper. For example, you have covered the introduction, and you have the main body, and you can have references, and maybe you have some conclusions at the point. You can itemize and arrange your paper content or sub-content, headings and subheadings from here. Okay, so you can know exactly where we are working on. Now the next part to this co-writer is the citation. Okay, citation is a very good feature that you can use within the co-writer, because it helps you to write citations easily. You can create a citation directly from here by just clicking on this, and you could insert the URL if you are dealing with a website. If you've just worked on a website, like for example, we have worked on this website and I want to cite this, I can just copy and come back to this and just paste it. Or you can just paste the link and you can say cite, and it's going to generate the citation for you to insert in your document. And you can see it has just generated the citation. Okay, you can say save citation. You can see it has just generated it for you, and you can change it depending. You can insert the citation from here. You can see it has generated. You can say insert citation, and it's going to insert it from wherever your work is. Wherever your work is, that's where it's going to insert that citation. So for example, you can create the citation from, this is from a website. If it's from a book, it's a different thing. If it's a journal, it's a different thing. Okay, so if it's a journal article, you see what you are just going to search is just the name of the journal or the DOI. You can just come over and copy the DOI and just go and paste it over there. So for example, this one, you can just copy the DOI and you can take it back to that journal, that citation box, and just paste it and say search, and it's going to bring out that journal. And you can see it has just brought in the journal. So you can say cite. If you want to cite it here, you can just go ahead and say cite, or if you want to cite it somewhere here within the document, you can just say cite, and it's going to add it at that exact location. Okay, so you can see it over here. You can just say insert, and it's going to insert it for you over here. It has just inserted directly. You can see the reference, and then when you go back to the list of the reference, you can see it also, it has been inserted. Okay, you can see it down here, it's been inserted. So that's the beauty of this. You can use it to write anything. You can use it for your note taking, and you can use it to do a bunch of research from here. And in cases when you want to make it solemnly academic, you can just enable this, and all your searches are going to be academic search. Okay, it's going to be specifically academic search, and you can cite directly from here, and it's going to go directly to make it specifically academic. So all what you are going to see is academic search. And you can explore to go outside of Quillbot to do many more things from the Quillbot. Okay, you can explore, and from here you can go to other sites and do all sort of addition and subtraction, and do all sort of research also outside of Quillbot. So ladies and gentlemen, I think that does it for this tutorial, how to use the co-writer in Quillbot. as an avenue for you to conduct an effective research and to do all sort of writing capabilities and insert document and do all-in-one things within a particular document. Just to mention that you have other options at the down here, such as paraphrasing, summarizing, and suggesting of text, and you can check out the word counts as well from here, and you can see errors, okay, grammatical errors, and you can see you can easily dictate if you want to dictate directly, or you can read, you can listen to a reader that can read the entire content for you. Okay, so you can see the error report over here if you want to see overall score. See an example of how to use the co-writer, the Quillbot co-writer. So you can come all the way to co-writer over here and just click on co-writer. Then you can go ahead and create a new folder. You can go ahead and create a new folder and name it anything. In my own case, maybe I can call it Bioaccords 2. Okay, so I can call this Bioecological Drainage System 2, and you can open this folder and you can just go ahead and upload anything. So you can come over here to this point and upload your document. So you can navigate to wherever you have the Word document that you want to work on and just select it and go ahead and click to upload it. In my own case, I'm uploading this real paper. You can see this is a conference paper that I have written maybe quite some time ago, and you can select it and bring it in and continue with your editing. Okay, so let's bring it in and continue with the editing. So once you bring it in, this is what you are going to be prompted with. You can see all the basic text editing features that you need to edit this very text, this very paper. You can find it over here, and it comes in with all the author's name, the co-authors, the abstract, the text. You can see the main body, introduction, and all that. You can see everything, all the details, and it has highlighted all the areas that needs to be improved or corrected. And you can see the basic text editing properties, like the headings. You can change the headings accordingly. All you need is just to highlight a given section of the text and just go ahead and change the headings. Maybe if you want to make it header 1, you can make it header 1 very easily. Go ahead and play around with the font sizes. Different kind of fonts, font styles are here, and you can have different kind of find and replace. You can do find and replace. You can bold, you can italize, you can underline a text. You can go ahead and do all sort of things from coloration. Okay, you can add or remove color. You can put in all sort of alignment. Okay, you can do justifications as you so wish, and you can add different kind of line numbers also if you want. Just like the way you have in normal Microsoft Word document, you can have the bulleted points. If you want to put in different kind of bullets, including numbers, you can go ahead and put in different kind of numbers. Roman numerals, you can equally input that. And you can do some sort of indenting on all the text as you select them. Okay, so you can indent them accordingly, and then you can bring in images if you have any. If you have a URL, you can go ahead and bring it in, and you can add equations and symbols. You can add all that from here, and you can select any form of the text and add in a link to it. Okay, so these are very, very interesting features that you can easily add to make sure you edit your text. You can add in lines or different kind of text. You can remove a format, or you can add in call out or thereabout, and you can download the text or export it directly from here by just selecting on this. It's going to prepare your files for download, and you can export. So down here you will be able to see some of the key very basic paraphrasing features that you can use. For example, you could paraphrase any section of the text, and you can summarize. You can suggest a text by highlighting. This is a completely AI feature, and you can see the word count over here. You can click over here to see the details of the word count, the statistics. Okay, so you can see even total errors that it has found in the whole journal paper or in the whole conference paper. With just one click, it can fix all the errors for you, and you can see how many sentences you have, how many paragraphs you have, and even how many words and characters you have. Everything is being detected over here. Okay, so the next most important thing that I want to show you on this very basic style of editing is you can come to research, and you can do a number of research from here. Okay, so you can come to research, and you can decide to make it either academic or non-academic research. For this one, because it's a research paper, I'm going to make it academic, and you can search for anything. You can search for anything. For example, you can search for drainage systems challenges. Okay, You can just search for drainage system challenges, and you can see different kind of articles and papers on Science Direct, on different kind of journal and MDPI and so on. You can see these are journals on your own. You can explore them outside if you want. You can see you can explore them outside of Quillbot, and you can see the difference. You can see the paper, and you can see how you can access it, and some of the very basic features that you can access directly on the journal's website. Or if you want to cite this particular paper, you can just go ahead and identify the place where you want to put in the citation. For example, if you want to cite something that you have read in the paper, maybe you have gone through it and you've liked something and you want to cite it in the text, you can just go ahead and click on cite, and it's going to cite at that particular location. And you can see it has just cited everything, and it's going to back to the bibliography and paste in the reference. Okay, it's going to paste in that reference that you cited. You can see it over here. Okay, so you can go ahead and play, because right now I'm using the Vancouver reference format. If you want, you can change it to any format. You can, all you need is just to close on this, and then you can come back to citations, and you can check on the formats over here, citation style. You can see there are different kind of formats. You can, all you need is just to select a particular format that you are working on. Maybe your school is using, maybe if it is the APA format, you can just go ahead and search for the APA format. This is it. This is the APA 6th format. You can select this, because most schools also use this format. But for this case, for my own case, for the kind of paper or the kind of conference I'm targeting, the recommended style is the Vancouver style. So you can see Elsevier Vancouver, because there are different kind of Vancouver. So you can say, once I cite any document from the research that I'm doing, it's going to cite using the Vancouver style. So you can bookmark any document. You can open the link in different kind of place, or you can bookmark it for later read. If you want to read it later, you like what is there, you want to just keep it for later read, you can easily go do that as well. And if you want to make it solemnly non-academic, you can just off the academic feature. So that is that research. Next is you can have notes. You can be able to put in different kind of notes, depending. Maybe you can document your progress. Maybe you have the introduction part, you have the main body, main chapters, and then you have the lab work, then you have results. So in each case, you can be able to say under each chapter, these are some of the things you have noted, okay, or these are some of the findings, or these are some of the things you target to achieve or to attain in this section. For example, in the introduction, you can highlight different things. In the lab works, you can highlight different things. This is just a way of keeping you upright and organized while you're writing the paper. You can know exactly what you have done and the areas you have covered and areas that needs your attention, or what you need to work on. It's just a way of staying organized and kept. Okay, so you can use these notes to bring in even different ideas that you may not want them to be here, but just for your own personal consumption, you can as well put them here. Then we can have the citations. I've explained the citations and the citation style as well, how to use it. So once you finish or you conclude the editing, you can always go ahead and download from here or export the document from here, and you can have it in different formats that you have specified. Okay, either in Words or in PDF, you can all download from there using those formats. You can also come to this. Okay, so you can come to the file option over here and check out different kind of options. If you want to create a new document, or if you want to open an existing project, or you can export also from here, or you can print in different formats also from here. You can check out the edit feature, and you have the very basic editing features over here. Formats you can check, you can just check everything from here, and many more things. So basically, this is how to import a given journal paper or a conference paper to have it edited in the Quillbot platform. And then once you're done editing, you can just go ahead and export it on your own. You'll be prompted with all the errors, and you can do all sort of things from here. I've explained virtually all the very basic things that you need and you can use to edit your paper. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to do live editing of some of your paper. From the Quillbot Co-Writer, the next thing is the summarizer. can click on summarizer, and what it does is it simply summarizes any kind of content. From this, you have any text that you want to summarize, you can just copy it directly and paste it, or you can upload it directly from any subject or from any location within your computer. For example, this text that we have used, if you want to summarize the content, you can just bring it in directly and it's going to summarize it for you. You can control the length of the summary from here. You can make it longer, or you can make it shorter, or you can leave it at default if you so wish. Okay, so all you need is just to press paraphrase. It has just summarized it for you. Okay, you can select keywords that you may want to include. You can see them over here, and you can paraphrase the summary if you want. From here, you can check out the statistics. You can download it if you want, and you can copy it and paste it somewhere also if you want. So this is a very cool feature that I always like to try and use. If you have even other content that you want to summarize that are larger or longer than this, there are many more text than this. For example, you can come in here and copy some of this abstract and ask it to paraphrase or to summarize this. For example, you say summarize this. Once you click on summarize, it's going to summarize this into this. You can see with just one click, it has just summarized. So no matter how long your text is, all you need is to copy part of it and paste it, because you have the word character count. Once you copy, you paste in here, and you'll be able to see it has summarized everything in 3 sentences and 55 words. Okay, so depending on how you want to use it, you can always delete, or you can always copy or download the content if you want outside, and to use it outside of Killboard. The next thing is we are going to look at citation generator, which is very easy and cool feature. If you want to have your citations listed in a folder, you can create a folder from here. You can create a list directly from here, or add in a folder that you want to add all your lists in. Okay, you can have folders under the list, or you can have folders under a given folder. Okay, so you can create a list and you can create a folder. For example, I can name this folder. You can just come to these 3 dots and rename it, and maybe flood mitigation ref. Okay, you can say flood mitigation ref, and you can say you can name this reference, also you can rename it. Okay, you can call it ref1. You can call it ref1, and you have other options also to export the list, to move list to a given folder, or to delete a list also from here. So the next thing is, let's say we want to generate the link, the reference, the citation from a web page. Okay, you can generate from a web page, or from an article, journal article, or from a book. We've shown how to use it in the other tutorial, but here we are going to be more detailed because we're going to see how it is being done. Okay, on a web page, all you need to copy and paste is the URL of that particular web page that you want to cite. So for example, if you want to cite this document like we've shown earlier, you can just copy this blog post. You can just copy it, copy the link, and come over here and just paste it and say cite, and it's going to go through the internet and find it. So you can see this is the web page. It's already quickly identified that it's a web page, and it's on this title, presentation skills, 9 great tips. Okay, it's from this website. Okay, so you can see it over here, presentation skills, 9 great tips, and it's from that website that it has said correctly. So everything is confirmed, is correct. So you can just click on this, and it's going to add the citation for you. You can see it has just been added directly. Okay, and you can see it is added to the list. Okay, so if it is a journal article, for example, like the journal articles we've worked with, what we are interested in as the input is the article title, or the DOI of the DOI number. If you have the title, fine. If you don't have, you can copy the DOI number and paste it. Okay, so for example, for this article, you can come over here, you can copy the title directly on its own. You can copy the title and just paste it and say cite, and it's going to list from all the sources, okay, available with this kind of topic. You'll be able to know exactly which one you are talking about by coming back to the article. Take a look at this. It's by Azhar Abbas, and the date is accepted in 2015 and published in 2015. So you can see it's by Azhar and it's 2015. You can come back and see this is 2015. So this is the one we are talking about. So this one we'll select, and it's going to add it directly. Another thing you should pay attention to is the style of the citation. You can click over here in case if your school has a different citation, you can check around from the list of citation styles that you have. For example, in my own school, we use the American Psychological Association, which is the APA format. Okay, you can use the APA 6th edition format. This is one we use. You can select for your school. If you use any kind of different formats, you can select, and it's going to be saving the reference in those formats. You can see everything is being saved over here. And if it is a book, in cases when it is a book, you can just select a book, and all you need to copy and paste is the book ISBN or the book EAN number. If you have this, or you have the book title, you can just paste and it's going to cite it for you. So assuming I have this book, we can say about the book, and you can see it brought us here. So you can see the ISBN number, and you can see the DOI, and you can see published date. So let's say we use this ISBN number because it's one of the things we are looking for. You can come back here and just select and paste the ISBN number and say cite. Unfortunately, you could not find this book. Okay, so you can cite directly, and if you cannot find the details about the book, you can go ahead and cite manually. And just click on cite manually, and you can input the title, the contributors, okay, and you can put in their names, their title, their initials, first name, last name. You can add another contributor, you can add the edition of the book, you can have the volume number and all that. You can add everything, the DOI, the URL, the ISBN, the ISN number. You can add everything, and you can say save citation, and everything is going to be saved and it's going to be added to your citation. Okay, so this is basically how to add citations from journal, article, book, chapters, web pages, and other types. Also, you can see more types from here. Is it a web page, a book, a video, or an online news article, or an image or report? Be able to see any of them, and you can have the option or what is needed of you to put. Okay, you can see the details from here, and once you say save citation, it's going to save it directly for you. So this is how to add an image, a report. If it's a report, this is what you need, and if it is an image, this is what you need. You need this much information. And if it is a video, you can see if it's a video, you can see you need this much information. You just paste in and say save citation, and it's going to save the citation for you directly. You can check out you can export, you can copy all to your document, you can export, or you can cite manually also from here, depending on what kind of document you are working on. Right, so next we would like to look at the punctuation checker. You can get to it from here like this, Killbot.com/punctuation checker, or you can come down to any of your punctuation, any of your Killbot's page, and come down here to free grammar tools. You can see punctuation checker over here, and once you click, it's going to bring you over here. So this is an standalone punctuation checker. You can do that in different languages. You can have the word counts down here, and you can come down and see the benefits, why you need punctuation to stop the punctuation errors. These are some of the benefits. Okay, you can have it all in one, where you have the Killbot enabled, and you can do all the punctuation, grammar, paraphrasing, and everything. But then if you want to have them individually opened and worked on, you can as well go ahead and open them individually. So for you to learn to punctuate correctly, it's a skill that enables us to know that you are professionally writing. Your writing is professional, so you don't look kind of unprofessional when you write without proper punctuation. Okay, so you can see there are lots of benefits when it comes to punctuation. Okay, you have to learn to put in all the commas and full stops in the right places, so the English can sound professional and nice. So all you need is just to copy the text. For example, I have this paragraph that I want to check the punctuation on. I can just copy it and paste it over here, and let's see. This is able to detect that there are 3 punctuation problems or errors. Okay, you can see them, and if you just navigate around, you can see this one. There's supposed to be a comma here, and at input you can automatically correct it by just coming close to it and just enabling it, and it's going to take that as a correction. And you have 2 more left. One is this one, which is does me well, so you can just correct it if you want, and you can do that as well. And then you can see that it fixes that, and you have to put another punctuation also after the well, but then with one click it's going to correct everything as well and give you the corrected version. So you can see it punctuated this point and this point, and it made it now looks everything professional. So I think punctuation is a feature in writing that you must learn to do it, but with Killbot you don't have to suffer yourself just write the content as you want it. Make sure you optimize the English and write it correctly. But then when you come over here, simple grammatical and punctuation errors can be corrected for you by the Killbot automatically with just simple clicks. If you want, you can have everything inbuilt within the other features as well. But if you want also, you can have access to them individually. For example, for this one, we have the spell checker. You can also go ahead and check it by coming to killbot.com/spell checker, and it will bring you over here. Or alternatively, you can come to the bottom of any of your Killbot page. You can come down here and see free grammar tool, and you can have it over here, spell checker. Once you click on it, it's going to bring you over here. So when you are in doubt, spell check it out. If you want to write something professional and you are in doubt about the spelling, you can just go ahead and check it out. Paste it here and it's going to correct it for you. So let's just try to write something and spell it wrongly. You see, we've spelled this congratulations wrongly, and let's see whether it's going to easily identify it. Yeah, you can see it's already detected that there's one word and it's spelled wrongly. Okay. You can easily go ahead and check it and correct it if you want by just selecting, and you can see the corrected one, congratulations, and you can correct it just like so. You can check out the benefits. Every day is every day. People spell it every day, but then the correct one is every day. And this is the benefit of using punctuation. It's using correct spelling. When you spell wrongly, it's bad for your business. It makes you look careless at work if you are spelling mistakes, and it can even affect your dating life in cases when you write with wrong punctuation, wrong spellings. You can create very wrong or bad impression to your partner. Okay, so this is exceptionally useful. You can easily use it to correct all of your mistakes and errors, spelling errors. So let's give an example of that and just copy a text somewhere. So let's try to copy this text and see if there's any spelling error. Let's take a look at this text. There's some intentionally made spelling errors, and you can see it is able to detect about 16 errors. You can see different kind of errors, like this stored is supposed to be store, and he is supposed to be is like this. And then it is also, it's supposed to be it faster, cause it faster than this. So than is not supposed to be then. You can see than, okay, something like that. So in there, okay, you can see this is the correct one. So just long is supposed to be long. So you can do the correction on your own manually. You can check the spelling and do them manually. But if you like, you can as well take a look at this professionalism. This is wrong, so you can correct it like that, or with just a simple click you can fix everything within one click, and everything is now fine and perfect. So you can see how good the spelling, the Killbot is when it comes to spelling, checking the spellings of your content. If you want to create anything, you can use that. You can use that to spell check your content very nicely. If you're writing a paper, for conference paper or journal paper, you can always take in the content and paste in here to do spell checking. The next thing is we look at translator. So in translator, you can just copy the text from anywhere and paste it, and it's going to translate it to different languages. For example, let's say we have this text pasted, okay, and all we need, it has immediately detect that this is English language. If it's not English, you can check and select the language that you are dealing with, but it has automatically detected that this is English language and this is how much characters are contained in it. Okay, you can see now you can translate it to another language. So which language is that going to be? You can click on this and you select the language of your choice. Assuming I want to go with Hindi, and you can just see with just that selection, it has translated the entire document to Hindi. If you like, you can download it directly from here, and you'll have it downloaded in your document. You can check. Just click to open, and you can see it in your Microsoft Word document, well arranged. So those people who can speak Hindi in the house, you can tell us how good is this translation, whether it's a good translation or not. And then if you want to change it to another language, all you need is just this click, and you can come down and say Bengali, and it's going to translate it to Bengali very fast. You can see very fast and very nice. You want to take it to Malay, you can come over here and say Malay, and it's going to change it to Malay directly. So all you need is just to copy to any location of your choice. If you want to change anything, you can change. If you want to delete this, you can delete and paste in another document, another text also from here. So assuming I want to select this, I can come back and just paste it and hit on translate. And it's going to translate it to Malay or to any language, Polish. And it's going to translate it to Polish with just one click, and you have it directly. Okay, so I think that does it for this tutorial on how to translate your document to any language, your text to any language using Quillbot. So the next thing is we're going to look at how to translate a given text into any language of our choice using Quillbot. So we can come back to Quillbot over here and just go ahead and select the translator. You can see the translator over here, and you can just go ahead and specify the language that you want to paste in, or if you leave it at detect language, it's going to automatically be able to detect which language you paste in, and then you can select which language you want to translate to. So let's say we start here. We can just copy this introduction and this whole chapter 1. This is introduction, so we can just come back to our Quillbot and just paste in here. It's going to automatically detect that this is English language detected. Okay, so now the language you want to translate, you have to specify. For example, I want to translate it to something like Korean. You can just select Korean, and this is introduction, and this is the main part. So all you need is, once it translates, you can just go ahead, click on translate, and it's going to translate. Once it translates for you, you can just come down here and copy. And from your Google Docs, if you want, you can create another different kind of document. You can say new document, assuming you want to change it to Korean translation of the book, affiliate. Okay, affiliate marketing. So you can come down here and paste. This is the introduction, and then this is the first paragraph. Then you can come back to the same book, copy these 2 paragraphs, and then you can go back to Quillbot, zoom in, copy everything, paste in, and then I can say translate, and then it translates everything with just one click. You can just take a look at the speed. You can copy, and then you can come back to the Korean translation and paste in. You can see, you can go back to the main English document and copy the next 2 paragraphs. Okay, come back to the Quillbot, select and paste, and just say translate, and everything is going to be translated with just a simple click. You copy, and then you can come back and paste, and then you can go back to the English version, copy, come back to Quillbot, and just paste in, say translate, and it's going to translate for you directly. So you can just copy back to your Korean and paste it. Now this is going to be, the next one is going to be a subheading, so I want to translate it separately. So let's say we select everything, including the subheading, back to Quillbot, select and paste, but then we know this is chapter 1. So once you hit on translate, you can see everything is being translated, but we're going to bold this, so you can just copy back to this, and you can just go ahead and paste. And we know this is chapter 1 and all that. So you can just copy and bold it a little bit, so we know that. And this is introduction also, we can bold it. Okay, so you can see now the book is coming, or the text is coming as we like it. So we can copy this one, these 2 paragraphs, come back to Quillbot, select and paste, and then you can translate. You can see everything is translated. You can just copy back to here, select and paste it here. So basically this is how you're going to keep copying and pasting in Quillbot and having it translated and copying and pasting back to the main book that you are translating. And before you know it, you have your complete book already translated to a very good, to another language completely. And the translation actually is very powerful and is very correct, because I've tested it in different language and I try to translate back to English to see the meaning. For example, you can copy this same paragraph if you want to test the accuracy of Quillbot. You can just come back here and paste in. It's going to detect that this is Korean. You can see it has detected that this is Korean, and now I want to translate it to English. So I'll translate to English, and you can see it has just translated it to English. So now if you read this and the first paragraph that we have here, you're going to see that it's going to make complete meaning according to what you have. So it's very, very powerful in the translation. It's something that you can trust. So if you want to translate your document into any language, you can go ahead and give it a try with this very powerful AI tool. The next thing is we look at the Google Chrome extension. You can just have the extension by clicking on this extension, and we're going to have the Quillbot extension enabled or inserted into our Google Chrome browser. So you can come over here and you can see it over here. We've already added in my own Quillbot, in my own extension. I've added it to this browser. We just added it, but if you've not added, you just follow the information. It's very easy to just follow and just add. Okay, so once you've added, you can see it also from here, from the list of managed extensions, and you'll be able to see Quillbot here. Okay, you can see it has just been added over here. If it's not added on yours, you can just go ahead and follow the instruction. It's just a step by step. You can see just add extension, and with just one click, it's going to add it to your extension, which means you are going to have the access to. You're going to have your Quillbot as a sidebar in all of these features and on all of these applications. Okay, in Discord, in Notion, in Gmail, in LinkedIn, Facebook, you have all of them, all the features enabled, Quillbot enabled. So you can do your research, you can do your summary, you can do your paraphrasing, all from the same browser. That's the benefit of this extension. So let me show you an example of what you are going to use this for. For example, you are in this article, in this blog post, and you want to summarize this content. You can just select, highlight it, and you can right click and say Quillbot, and it's going to enable the Quillbot extension from here. And you can see the document, the text you have highlighted. You can see it has just summarized it. It has just paraphrased it for you directly. If it is paraphrasing that you want, you can see it has just paraphrased it. If you want to check the grammar mistake of this, you can see it will just easily check the grammar, or you can come over here, select it again and say Quillbot, and it's going to put it this time around in the grammar. And you can see it has 8 errors. You can check and see there's a space over here, double space. So you can say fixed all, and it's going to fix all for you. And then you can select everything and come down here and say copy, and you can take it to wherever you are writing. So the next thing is a summarizer. You can select this, come to Quillbot, and it's going to summarize everything for you here. Just click in summarize, and it's going to summarize. You can see the original. This is the summarized version. You can come down here and copy and text it and take it to wherever you are working. You can see translator over here also. You can see you can just, with just this highlight, select, you can copy and paste it here. You can just say translate, and it's going to translate it for you to any language. So this is to English, let's say to Chinese. And you can see it has just translated everything for you to Chinese. Okay, you can see it very nicely. So that's the beauty of this extension. You can work on it on different kind of pages or different kind of tabs, and you have the opportunity to use this effectively. There's an extension that you can add also to your Microsoft Word document, and you'll be able to have access to Quillbot at any given point. So to enable that extension or to download and install that extension, you can do it from here directly. You can say Word extension, you can click, and it will take you out of Word. And these are the very basic steps. For example, you have to log into your Microsoft account, and you can come all the way to add-ins. Step 3 is to go to official store of the add-ins. In step 4, you can search for the add-ins Quillbot, and you can see it over here, and you can just add it directly, and you can see it as a tab in your Word document. You can see it added as a tab in Word document, and once you enable it, you can just go ahead and log in, and you can start using it directly. So let me show you how to use it. In cases if you don't have a Microsoft account, also you can follow here. You can download it from the Microsoft Store also and use it. Okay, so but for now, let's say we are going to use it on my Microsoft Word. So let's say this is my Microsoft Word. So what they are saying is make sure you log into your account, make sure you are logged in, and then you can come to insert over here. You can come all the way to get add-ins. Okay, you can click on this. You can come to make sure you are on the store over here. So you can just search for Quillbot. You can just search for Quillbot, and you will see it. So you can see it over here, Quillbot. So you can just go ahead and add it. You say continue. And and you can see it has just added your Quillbot add-in loaded successfully. Go to the Quillbot tab and click the launch icon. You can say okay, and you can see it over here, it's been added. Okay, so you can see it over here, you can just click and you can start using it. Okay, so let's say we click on this and you can see it over here coming up. Okay, so you can see I've just logged in, and you can close on this. You can see I have basically all the features that we have talked about. You can have them over here, paraphraser, and you can have grammar checker, and you can have summarizer also, depending on what kind of this thing you're working on. So if you select any document, any text, and you can just copy and paste it here, and you can say paraphrase, and it's going to paraphrase for you just like that. Okay, so you can see it has just paraphrased. You can rephrase if you want, and then you can copy and then bring it back here. You just paste it and continue with your own write-up. And if you want to summarize, you can come over here and say summarizer, and it's going to summarize just like so. With just one click, everything is going to be summarized. You can see you can just go ahead and copy. You can copy this and bring it back here. And if you want to use the other one, which is the grammar checker, you can easily do that. Just copy the text, paste it, and it's going to analyze quickly and tell you how much errors you have. You have 2 errors, you can fix all, and then you can just copy and come back here and paste. So you can see how fast this tool can help you to write and to be very organized in your content creation. I think it's a very, very cool feature and fantastic to use. You can ease your work and make your life very, very easy. If you want to see the add-in that you have, you can come all the way to insert. You can come to my add-ins and you can see all add-ins, and you'll see Quillbot also listed here. You can see it over here. If you want to remove it, you can remove, or you can rate and review, or you can add in, check out the add-in details also from here. Okay, I think this brings us to the end of the entire tutorial on how to use Quillbot to enhance your writing and your general content creation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, so the last part is I'm going to show you how to upgrade to premium version in Quillbot, and then use some of the premium features for our basic editing. So to upgrade to premium features or to premium version of the Quillbot, all you need is to come to the top right over here, and you can see upgrade to premium. You can just click on upgrade to premium, and once you upgrade to premium, these are some of the features that you will have access to. Increase your productivity, paraphrase more text at once to finish writing faster. So you can put in more text when you upgrade to premium, and then you can have access to all of the modes. For example, in the paraphrasing, you don't have access to the formal, the simple, the creative, the expand, and the shorten. But once you upgrade to the premium version, you'll have access to all of the modes as accordingly. You can see them, everything is going to be open to you, so you can work and check in everything. And additionally, you don't have access to the plagiarism checker. Okay, you will not be able to check the plagiarism of your document, and it's a very, very big setback because you will not be able to do it because you don't have the premium version. So if you upgrade, you'll have access to the plagiarism checker, and you can compare all mode outputs at once. So these are the benefits. Usually at the free plan, you will not be able to have access to the faster processing speed, which at least the average speed is okay, but then you can have much faster processing speed, and you can compare modes, you can do plagiarism checker, you can do tone detection, you can do paraphraser history, you can do all that. Okay, so you can just go ahead to upgrade. You can just come to upgrade to Quillbot Premium by just clicking on this, and you can have the plans also based on it. You can have the annual subscription. If you want to go for the annual subscription, is $4.17 per month. If you want to go for the monthly one, you'll be charged this. And if you want to go for semi-annual, maybe 6 months, you can be charged this per month. And if you want to go for one-time monthly subscription, it goes for this. So let's say we are going for this, and we'll just do a one-time monthly subscription, and you have the access to either use your credit or debit card, or you can pay with PayPal. For example, in my own case, I'm going to use PayPal to make the payment. I'm going to have to log into my PayPal account and just go ahead quickly and make the payment. Okay, so you can see, thank you, you've received your payment. Your plan is monthly subscription 9.1. So you can see return to CodeWriter, and then you can continue. Now we have made the payment. So let's try to check out some features that we may have access to. For example, you can start with the paraphraser. Okay, so right now you can see that at the paraphraser, we have all the other features enabled, like the fluency, the formal, the simple. So all you need to test this is you can come back to your text. You can copy any of your text. For example, you can copy this text, and then we can come back to the Killbot. Come back to the Killbot and just paste it. Now this is the standard. If you want to do paraphrasing, you can just click on paraphrase, and it's going to paraphrase everything just like so. So this is the normal paraphrase. This is standard version. Now, if you want to have the paraphrasing in a much advanced way, you can go to fluency, and it's quickly going to change it to fluency format. You can see everything is now changed, and it's an advanced one than the standard. Okay, if you want to go to the formal, you can just click on formal, and you can see you will have access to the formal one. Okay, it's just going to translate using the formal tone. So you can go ahead and use simple also. Everything is going to be open to you since we now have our premium version. So this is premium, and you can see it at the top here. This is premium, Killbot premium. So you can go to creative. You can see all of them have been enabled for you. And if you want, you can do shorten, which you have the paraphrasing to be shortened. Okay, this is now much shorter. It has paraphrased it, but in a shorter way. You can have the control over the synonyms, the number. Okay, you can control the synonyms over here, and then you can have custom paraphrasing as well. If you want to have you can have other custom features. You can just go ahead and select make my text sound like a CEO or like a student or like a researcher. You can check the customized feature over here. So this is very, very interesting, especially when you have the premium version. You'll be able to navigate around and do all this. Now, the next thing I want to show you is how to use the Skillbot to do plagiarism check. You can have this much text. You can just copy your text and paste it here, and it's going to help you to check the plagiarism of your text. So for example, I have my paper that I have just written, this one, and I think it's about 20 pages. Yeah, 20 pages, and we equally have 20 pages of plagiarism check. So you can just go ahead and let's say we want to check this. So to check the plagiarism check, you can just go ahead and either copy the text and paste it here. So for example, I may want to reduce the text to maybe 10 pages. Assuming I want to make it 10 pages, just to reduce the number of pages. Okay, so let's say I want to check the plagiarism of this paper. Okay, this is a complete paper, and let's say I save it. Okay, so I want to check the plagiarism of this, and I can just come back to my Killbot, select either you copy the text and paste it, or you can just go ahead and upload it as a complete file. So navigate around to wherever you have your text. Assuming I have mine here, you can just upload, and we can just give you some seconds to be able to study and then be able to check and see what plagiarism do we have, and where have we copied, and whether the paraphrasing is good or not. This is just an example. Okay, so it has quickly generated that it has detected 17 pages will be used for the scan. Do you want to continue? I can say yes, scan. Okay, so right now you can see the scan has been completed. So you can view report, or you can scan another document. You can just go ahead and see it over here. You can see the score is 95.4%, which is highly plagiarized. So you can just go ahead and view the report over here. So you can see this is the report. Results found 12, scanned. Similarity is 3.9 thousand words. Okay, so you can just go ahead and check. You can see this is highly plagiarized. So the only thing is you need to notice that over here you can see the sources, the results, okay, where all those things have been found. The similarity is on this paper because actually the paper has been published. So if you like, you can come over here and exclude this source. Okay, so if you exclude the source, and you can see everything is now back to normal. Even this paper is my paper. Okay, yeah, this is my paper as well, so you can check. This is also my paper. If you want, you can skip any of them. Okay, exclude, and you can see it's going to reduce because this is my own paper. This advanced is also equally my paper. You can exclude. You can see now the plagiarism is now back to 8.9, which is a good match. 365 words similar, including this advance is mine, so let me exclude it. So you can go ahead and see the reports, and wherever it's been plagiarized, you can see this content is being plagiarized. So if you want, you can copy it and paraphrase it with Killbot. So you can see these are some of the key messages or places it has highlighted as being plagiarized. You can see, just navigate around to see. So you can go ahead and check out the sources. These are some of the sources, and where these they are likely document. They are likely the text is likely to come from. So you can see, and I think 6.3 is a great number. You can see 12 results found and 258 similarity in words, and that's very good one. Identical 3.8, minor changes 2.6, and omitted words you can see is 0. So you can go ahead and download this and try to see how you can use it. Okay, and you can check another paper if you want. So if you want to download it, you can just come all the way here and just go ahead and download it in PDF, and you can go ahead and check the results, or you can save it for your own records, and you can just go ahead and recheck another document if you have. So that's how to use it for plagiarism checking. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.